We've been experiencing a hot summer, but I'm staying cool in the CTN studios with the air conditioning on. However, the cost of electricity has been getting higher and higher, so I'm a little worried that we may not be able to afford to run the air conditioners as much in the future. Also, we keep burning coal for electricity and polluting the air. And what can we do to solve these problems? Well, I talked to Dave Konkle, the City of Ann Arbor's energy coordinator, and he talked about the city's energy projects and shared his thoughts about a future. We now have Dave Konkle, the City of Ann Arbor's energy coordinator, and Dave is going to talk about the city's current projects and future plans for the use of renewable energy. Dave, could you talk about the City of Ann Arbor's energy goals from your point of view as the city's energy coordinator?
Yeah, I've been energy coordinator now for the City of Ann Arbor for like 20 years, and working with the Energy Commission and with a lot of support from the city government and the elected officials, trying to make sure that Ann Arbor is prepared for the future. And the future of energy, I think we're all starting to see the beginnings of that now, is more expensive energy, the need to find different types of energy. We can't just keep burning petroleum products and coal and all that kind of stuff. There's concerns with global warming. There's certainly concerns with the cost of energy. So, yeah, my job has largely been to try to get the city operations, our facilities, our fleets to operate as efficiently as possible, use energy wisely, and then start to use other forms of energy than the standard fossil fuels.
Okay. All right. Now, I understand when you were on the previous EchoSense show with Mayor Heftia, you mentioned about the Farmers Market solar panel project. Where are you for that project?
Right. Well, I was just over there this morning. We are in the middle of construction. I would say we're probably half done with construction. We have 156 solar panels that can produce 10 kilowatts worth of electricity when the sun shines are up and installed at the farmers market. We now just need to wire them all together and put the controls in. That'll take a couple of weeks, and then we have a secondary project connected with that, which is an education exhibit. We're working with the Hands-On Museum to build not only a kiosk on site that will talk about the solar collectors and how they're working and give you a live feed for how much electricity they're producing, but also a permanent exhibit at the Hands-On Museum that will also talk about what's going on at the farmers market and have data available from the farmers market for the people of Ann Arbor and the kids of Ann Arbor to understand solar energy can work even here in Michigan.
Absolutely. Wonderful. Okay. So what else is new in the city's energy products?
Well, actually, there's always new things. One of them, and a lot of people have noticed it, is that we have kind of, we call it the hybrid solar wind light that we put up along Packard Road just by Cobblestone Farm, the entrance to Beer Park. And that is a light that has no wires going into it. It's got a small wind generator at the top of it. It's got a couple of solar electric photovoltaic panels and then a battery storage at the bottom of it so that this light can operate wherever we put it, and we're just demonstrating that new kind of technology.
Interesting, interesting. Okay. Now, scientists have strong agreement that we must reduce 70% of our global warming emission by 2050. Okay, otherwise we'll face catastrophic climate changes. I understand you have been the city's energy coordinator for 20 years, like you said. So in your point of view, is the 70% is it realistic enough for us to work on?
Well, you know, when you tell me that we need to reduce our carbon emissions by 70%, that's kind of a scary thing when you realize that virtually all of our transportation is done with petroleum products. In Michigan, virtually all of our electric generation is done with coal, and somehow we're going to back off 70%. You know, we're told we have to, or else we get this major climate change and life gets really hard. At this point in time, I think what we do is we start learning as fast as we can to be more energy efficient and to start learning about other kinds of fuels, other sources of energy. It's exactly what we're doing in Ann Arbor. To get to 70%, that is very significant, and that means that we're all going to have to start thinking about energy a lot more, and we're getting a lot of help nowadays with the price of energy.
Yes,
you know, once gasoline's already hit $4 a gallon, you know, it's going to hit $5 a gallon at some point, and we will start thinking about other ways of doing it, ways to be more efficient about using energy, and hopefully work together understanding that that goal is something we should be shooting for.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much, Dave, for your insight. Really appreciate it. And now we're going to go to our PSA break.